Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
That's what I'm talking about. Our guest today, Tuesday, including Ross Tucker, standing by, brought to you by the Waddling Dog Pub, located 10 minutes from the ferry terminal. The Waddling Dog Pub is the place to be to catch every Canucks game with one of their 19 taps of both domestic and locally crafted beer, wine, and cider. You can catch NFL action there as well.
Oh, yeah.
With Ross in mind, a daily happy hour from 4 to 6, brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and a fully stocked liquor store attached. There are countless reasons to come, sit, and stay at the Waddling Dog. Bengals and Rams in Super Bowl 56. Here to talk about that and what happened on the weekend, conference final weekend. As always, from the Ross Tucker Football Podcast in Westwood One. Ross Tucker, sir, how are you, sir?
I'm doing awesome. I feel like I'd be doing better if I was at the Waddling Dog. That place
that goes without
sounds
saying.
awesome. Every time you guys talk, 19 taps, just sitting there with Rick watching the Canucks as Rick gets text messages from agents and hockey GMs. I mean, that would be amazing. I got to imagine this. I never asked you guys this, by the way. I have to think in my head.
Yeah.
Does Vancouver have a lot of really good, like, local breweries, local beer?
Oh,
no?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I live in an area called Port Moody, which has a brewer's row. 5 craft breweries in a row in one industrial area. There's a spirits place as well. Oh, we're doing fine when it comes to that stuff. Don't worry about it. When you get here,
this might be a stupid question, but do you guys like craft beers, IPAs, like as much as we do down here, or no?
Oh, definitely. Canada's beer country, Ross.
I'm old school, Ross. Miller, Budweiser. I'm a Molson Canadian, old school. I don't like the new stuff. All right,
but Rick, you're in Canada. Like, you should say Molson, Labatt.
Molson, Labatt's, Kokanee.
Or Miller and Bud.
Hey, hold it.
You know what? National pride? Rick?
He's being nice to you. He's being very Canadian. That's
Ross,
what he was doing there.
I live by the border. All my life I've been crossing the border to get beer. What kind of beer do you think I bring back? Miller. That's what I bring back.
Hold on a second. Why do you cross the border to get beer? I thought in Canada you could start drinking when you were 15.
It doesn't matter. I'm 5 minutes from the border. I cross all the time. Not anymore because of COVID, but back in the day I used to cross over. We used to bring back oodles of beer.
People go across the border to get gas, Ross.
Gas.
It's cheaper.
And then we bring back beer.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, 5 minutes from the border, and you sound so Canadian.
Yeah, hey, and I'm not. 5 minutes from the
people,
border.
Do the people 5 minutes on the other side in Washington sound like you?
No.
Bellingham is not far away. Seattle's not far away, my friend. Not far.
Football?
Awesome. Well, I think I've told you guys this before, but when I played for the Bills, all we drank was Labatt Blue and Labatt Blue Light, and I liked it. It was delicious.
There you go.
Yeah, big time.
Close to Toronto. Hey, Ross, do you have any theories as to why the NFL seems more entertaining than ever? I mean, skill level, rule changes, it's just so darn good right now.
That's a good question, Donnie. I don't know. I don't know that I even realize that's the case. Do you think you're saying that you think the games are played better, or are you just feeling that way because of how competitive they've been?
Entertaining. Entertaining, unpredictable. Remember, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, all that going way back when. What's changed?
I think I think the rules have had an impact on it, but honestly, the thing that changed more than anything else, 7-on-7 football. And I don't know if you guys, how much you know about that, but 7-on-7 football is really big in the United States. And I'll give you another one, flag football.
Yeah.
So flag football has gotten really popular for young people. So that's a great way they start. And what is flag football? Throwing and catching the ball.
Yeah.
7-on-7, you don't even have linemen. It's only the skill guys. It's a drill you do in practice, But there's 7-on-7 teams, 7-on-7 leagues. I mean, it's just a totally different thing now where there's such an emphasis on the passing game. Everybody and their brother is a quarterback guru or has a quarterback guru. All the guys that used to be running backs, now a lot of them play receivers because they play 7-on-7. I just think the whole passing game has been enhanced by, I think, 7-on-7 even more so than the NFL rules.
Yeah, both my boys played flag football. They loved it. I loved watching it. You're bang on there. It's pretty big up here as well, along with Molson's and Blue and all that. Hey, Ross, you interviewed Joe Mixon after the Bengals win. They get to the Super Bowl. You tweeted about this. He was crying. What was going through your mind at that point?
It's such a pleasure. I don't know if you guys have had this opportunity. It's such a pleasure and such a cool thing to be in the moment with these guys as they're experiencing, for a lot of them, probably the best moment of their lives. I mean, a lot of these guys, they're not married, they don't have kids or anything yet. You know, they're 24, 25. They win the game. They're going to the Super Bowl. They played for the Bengals. And I interviewed Mixon, I'm telling you, less than a minute after the game ended. McPherson makes the kick. It's about 20, 30 seconds. He's running around. I grab him. I got the mic. And he knew me because I did the U.S. Army Bowl when he played in it in high school. And I could tell he was a little bit choked up. And I just said, you know, Joe, what does this mean to you? And he's like, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy for the Brown family and the organization, the people of Cincinnati. And I don't know how much you guys know about this, but Joe had a very ugly incident when he was a true freshman in college. And as a result, there were teams that would never draft him. Never. I mean, it was caught on video, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible. But the Bengals organization decided to give him a second chance. You know, they decided to draft him in the second round anyway. And I just think he's so appreciative of them for that. And he was so glad that he could contribute to kind of giving back. I mean, 1988, guys. Last time they were in the Super Bowl, my daughters were floored. My daughters are 8 and 9. I was 9 the last time the Bengals made the Super Bowl. I remember when the Bengals made the Super Bowl against Joe Montana and the whole deal. So pretty remarkable that it's been that long.
Ross, Tom Brady made it official this morning, 44 years old. What a career, 6th-round pick. Just you can't say enough about him. It doesn't matter just the NFL, greatest in all the sports. Your thoughts on Brady calling it quits?
Yeah, selfish. It bothers me. I'll tell you why. You know those $2 I just mentioned?
Yeah.
Brady playing is one of the few things that they think is super cool about me.
Yeah. Because
they can tell all the boys in school our dad played with Tom Brady. I'm joking, obviously, about this. Hopefully everybody knows I'm joking. No, you know what? I think it's smart. I totally get it. If you think about it, imagine being at this stage of your life where you could play another year and make, I don't know, $25 million, and it really doesn't have a big impact on your life. You could win another championship, and it really doesn't have a big impact on your life. I mean, he's already been to 10 Super Bowls and won 7. Going to an 11th one and winning 8, it doesn't really change anything. He's already the best ever. So I think he realized the money, another championship, it really wouldn't change anything, but another year of not being with his family is something he can never get back. I think his oldest son's going to high school. And also, you know, you never know. I mean, you could always suffer some type of significant injury or just an injury that affects the rest of your life. I think he wants to be active. I know he skis. So I think he's thankful that he proved his point about how long he can play. And he's kind of going out on top. I know they didn't win it all this year, but he led the NFL in yards and touchdowns at age 44. Yeah. All the people that just couldn't wait for Brady to finally be bad, couldn't wait for the wheels to fall. It never happened. They never got their shot to say, see, Father Time's undefeated. Brady basically told Father Time, I'm done. You didn't beat me. I'm just choosing to move on.
I think we've talked about this before, Ross, but what kind of a teammate was he?
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Really interesting because he was so demanding and such a psycho, and yet everybody loved him because you knew that he was even harder on himself. He was even more demanding of himself. I mean, he would get mad at himself. And so if he would get frustrated with you, you knew that that's just because how much he cared. That's just because he wanted to win that much. And really, I think it's a huge psychological advantage for whatever team he was on in that nobody wanted to let him down. You know, it's not the coaches. It's not Belichick or Arians. The guy that kind of held everybody else accountable was Brady because you knew how much it meant to him. You knew what his standards were, and you didn't want to be the guy that screwed up. You didn't want to be the guy that blew it for Tom.
One more. How much do you admire the Rams, Odell Beckham, Matthew Stafford, Von Miller, for going all in, risking their future, and getting to a Super Bowl?
Well, so as a former player, a lot, right? I think former executives, maybe even some former coaches will say, yeah, they're not building it the right way and they're giving up too many draft picks. As a player, you're very well aware that every year could be your last year. And whether it's just performance or you're injured or whatever. So you really do appreciate the teams that give you the best chance to try to win it that year. And there's no question that that's what the Rams have done. It's why I still think there's a chance Aaron Rodgers goes elsewhere, because I don't think the Packers would ever do that. And yet he just saw what Brady did. Now he sees what Stafford did. I think Aaron Rodgers might say, I want to go somewhere where they go all in for a year. Maybe the Packers will tell him that they'll do it. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Ross, we keep you longer, but Rick's got to cross the border to get a case of Michelob. Yeah. So we appreciate it.
Rick, do you not like IPAs?
What are IPAs?
Okay.
Wow.
Stop right there.
Donnie, remind me next week when you're asking me Super Bowl questions.
Yeah.
I am refusing to discuss the Super Bowl until I have at least a 2-minute chat with Rick
off the air,
the insider, about IPAs and beer on the air. Oh yeah, on the air. And tell Waddling Dog to record the segment because it's going to be the best segment in Waddling Dog history.
Okay, we'll save that for next week and your Super Bowl prediction. Ross, thanks.
See you guys.
Adios.
That was sad. Really sad.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm an old-fashioned. Let's talk about this off the air.
Okay, we will. By the way, I was serious. It was interesting to hear him talk about one of the differences in football down south right now is how 7-on-7 football for kids, especially, obviously, and flag football has exploded, where offense is the key, where you don't have to worry about getting destroyed physically. And my kids have played it, and it's flag football. It's tremendous.
I did a year of flag football, not me personally, but I did it just like you with the kids. I thought flag football was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. And watching the NFL right now is a whole lot of fun. Poll question next. Ross Tucker, we thank him. Donnie and Dolly, the team, on check.